Yeah, they hang out, but they answer the phone and shit. Like they're not like just not acknowledging like commerce and all that. They're not just bystanders. They're participating. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
that's how the Chinese spot by my house is. There's like you like have like a 12-year-old take your order, and then like a 10-year-old's cooking your food, but then he
Yeah.
comes out like amazed, and you're like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I think I'll just let
Yeah, that's how they make their money, baby.
Yeah, I'll be quiet.
Even though I'm sure Chinese food is cheap as fuck to make, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Just like Italian food. Italian food is like the most basic, affordable ingredients.
Oh yeah,
It's
like
pasta
working in an
sauce.
Italian restaurant for like I don't even know how long I worked there. But yeah, no, straight up like they were like, yeah, so the fucking pasta is like $100 for like 1 billion boxes.
Yeah, I'm sure. The sales. I worked at a grocery store as a manager for a long time. Even just the sales we'd have on like actual retail was like crazy. So I'm sure getting it like in a huge crate or whatever is probably nuts. You know what I mean? They're probably killing it. Yeah.
The like what you make off of like mass product is insane. Like that's what I learned too from working at the grocery store. It's like, oh yeah, we paid $15 and we're gonna make 150 off of this.
Yeah.
Like the profit is insane.
Well, they took
You know
a
what
page
you know
out
what a
of
firm
the drug
order
dealer's
is?
book.
Yeah.
So what is?
A firm order.
No.
It's when the warehouse sends something even if you didn't order it.
Yeah, we get that at
I
the
was
gas
a dairy
station sometimes.
manager. I was a dairy manager, and they would just send us like an entire pallet of one flavor of yogurt. But apparently, it was like even if we just threw it away, they made money. Like I don't know. Like it's just like
Well,
I
isn't
don't
it
know how it
basically
works.
like it's gonna expire or whatever?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
They try to like they just try to rape Safeway and make them fucking sell it.
Yeah, literally. Yes.
It's like when there's guys I know that sell weed like that. They'll just force you to take a front and then you have to sell it. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah.
There's a buddy that I have who straight up was like, "Yeah, no, he gave me like a pound of weed to sell for free, but then I had to like pay him back." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so he didn't give it to you for free."
Yeah, no, yeah, that's how that works.
I know guys that fucking did that too. And then I lived with a guy that did that, and he just like there would be days where he's like, yeah, I gotta go beat the shit out of someone real quick.
Yeah, I would do that all the time. I was like subprime lending. I would just like get 3 pounds of weed and then like front like a bunch of it out and then just make everyone pay me. But it was like after like in hindsight, it was never like I forced anyone, but it's definitely like you're like making your friends become in debt to you, and it's like fucked up.
Yeah, well, that's
Right.
basically what the mob is, and that's why you
Yeah,
can like
yeah.
protect people is because you have something over them a little bit.
Yeah. You probably own their business or whatever.
Right.
Did you ever play the PS2 Godfather game, dude?
No, I've watched gameplays of it, but I never was able to play it
It
because
was
my mom was strict.
awesome.
Yeah. Have you
It
played
was
the
awesome,
Mafia
and-
games?
Yeah.
Dude, Mafia 2 is basically just Goodfellas.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It rules.
Dude,
But
my
I
favorite-
love
All right, go ahead.
I loved the Godfather games because it would just respawn and you could do it again. But it had this function where you could go in the store and for no good reason you just go up to the owner and just shake him and like dangle him over like a balcony or something and like beat him up and all that.
Yeah.
And then you could just leave the store and go back and do it again. It was so fucking funny. He's like, I'll pay you, and then you just beat him up, and then you just like leave and come back, and he already paid you. You just beat him up again anyway. It's funny as hell.
Dude, fucking my favorite, one of my like favorite things that Tony Soprano does that's like so shitty is his friend with the sports fucking store.
Yeah,
He just,
just
fucks over, and then he's like, "You're a fucking man. You knew what you were doing.
get back in the hole."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
That was awesome.
Dude, I love when he brings Meadow the fucking car, and Meadow's just like pissed off, and he's like, "Why is she
That was
so
awesome.
mad?"
Yeah, and he's like, he made a bet, he fucking lost it. He's a man, he owes it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he
like this is
borrowed
our
money.
best friend's car.
yeah.
Fucking. Are you guys gonna watch the movie when it comes out? Like, what's it next month or the month after?
Yeah, I'm definitely
yeah.
gonna watch it because I've been like waiting for this movie for a couple years.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
got like
Even if it
announced
sucks
or
shit,
whatever.
I'll still think it's cool.
Yeah, well, the cool thing is like Gandolfini's kid is playing him.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think that rules.
Yeah.
Don't they? They have the original writers, right? I doubt it's gonna be
Yeah.
shitty with the
Well,
original
yeah,
writers.
it's yeah.
As the original writers, it might still be kind of dumb, but like, who cares?
Well, I think
Right,
the
it
thing that
might be-
sucks
Why are you
is
gonna complain about like more? You know what I mean? Like, especially
Yeah.
if you get to see like anything that makes you nostalgic or makes you like feel like the first time you watched it. Like, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing that sucks is like Sopranos is like quote unquote like cringe now, just because like everybody decided to get into it after it got like
Yeah.
memed.
After like Comtown and Chapo like mentioned it, they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, let me go watch this finally!" And now it's like there's like socialist Sopranos memes pages and shit.
Yeah, and it's like
It
super
would-
gay, but like the show is still it raw. Like
It
it's a
rocks.
good
It's
show.
the best show. It's the best.
Well,
yeah.
Well, it sucks because sometimes things become cringe because they're so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Always.
Like, it's like and it's hard to decipher that because there are things that are just gay and stupid, and it's like, yeah,
But
that sucks. But then it's sometimes like you're getting pissy for no reason.
Yeah.
I have friends that never go on Twitter that I watch Sopranos with, and they don't see it all the time, so they still just remember it fondly. You know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah.
Well, like-
Hmm?
But like I watched it like when I was a kid, and I fucking watched it. I was like this has like been like a thing that I've always watched. Like it sucks to see it be like something
Yeah.
that's fucking just Reddit. Like it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah. It's the most Reddit shit. But
right.
I said this on LWI the other day.
yeah.
If you go, I love Justin Wong. If you go to his Twitter and just block everyone that's made an Italian joke, like that's like going to the nest and hitting it with a flamethrower. You're not like you won't see that shit. Like you can be vigilant about not seeing that shit.
Oh, for
And
sure.
then- Yeah, oh yeah.
Wait, were you on there with Joe? Was this when you were with Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
My fellow tri-state area Italian.
Yes. Wait, are you Italian?
I'm adopted, so I'm not. Like I'm
yeah.
like Middle Eastern, but like my mom and dad are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
totally.
But so I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
No,
But
totally.
you see the vision. You see the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised that way. I just physically would never look that way ever.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a picture
Oh.
of Joe's dad today, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I kind of look like your dad."
Yeah, that rocks.
Dude, like when the hate for the Italian joke started, I was like getting nervous because I used to just call Clay Italian slurs just because like I wanted to call him a slur. It wasn't for like
Tell me though.
Italian jokes. Yeah, right. But I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I have a backlog of Italian jokes calling Clay like a wop and a dago and shit.
Yeah.
That's normal. That's that kind of Italian racism. You're not like a fucking. You were doing it because it was fun. You weren't doing it because it was palatable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
agree
These
with?
people were doing that because they're like everyone's in agreement that it's like the only like way to be racist that's not like
I was just gonna
socially
ask. Yeah.
unacceptable.
Do you think that
Yeah.
it's like how to be racist without quote unquote being like racist?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Everyone has
literally
that like
it's for people that are just like too scared to like I don't know like take a risk in like saying something funny about like a different race. Like not that you would have to do that, but like I think a lot of people are like, well, I'll just tailor my joke to Italians because no one's gonna get mad at me for it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's Suboxone for people that want to say the N-word.
Yeah.
Well, right. It's
Well,
like it's like pointing at the country of India on the map and being like Italian people stink and then winking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it's like to me.
Well, yeah. I was just gonna say it's just as easy to be like, yeah, no, the Indians poop on the ground. Like, I feel like that's just as offensive.
Yeah.
river and drink out of it. That's not true, but
Yeah.
no, I don't feel that way. My grandpa, that's Italian. He had a colostomy bag, and he wouldn't change it that often, so he would smell like just he shit himself.
Yeah.
And he had the audacity to say our Indian neighbor stunk. And I was like, bro, you smell like a diaper. Like, how dare you?
Dude,
It's like the Indians moved out last year.
It's
don't
you,
care.
Grandpa. Goddamn,
Yeah.
you
dude,
stink.
when I was I worked at a liquor store for a few years in college, and one of the guys that hung around there was like this Italian guy who was like an alcoholic, but he like carried around like a gun and he'd like try and protect the
Yeah.
store. And like
He's
if
cool.
people, yeah, if people owed the guy who owned the store money, he'd like go out and like get the money for him and stuff.
Yeah.
And he basically was like, "Oh, Clay, you're Sicilian, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm also Sicilian, so like we're brothers. Like we are bonded by blood in that way." And he always called me the prince because of Machiavelli.
That's awesome.
But
Do you know what the term "drinky crow" is?
no.
No.
It's when you give alcohol to an actual crow and it just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Like you give like whiskey to like a crow and it'll just keep coming back to your house.
Yeah.
That's funny. Liquor stores have that.
Yes,
like, they'll
they do.
have like the guy that just is there all day and they like kind of just hook him up and he just hangs out and he's like comedic relief, like a jukebox or something.
Yeah, this guy was literally that. And that guy,
Yeah.
did you see the picture of the gun, like with me with the gun that I
Yeah,
posted
yeah.
about that guy one night, like after hours, me and my coworker were like drinking and he like ran in and he's like, "Can you guys let me in?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm going on a mission and I'm bringing these guns. Do you guys want to take pictures with them?"
That's awesome.
And we were like,
Dude.
"Yeah, like let's implicate ourselves."
Why not?
It's like there's this dude that hangs out at the liquor store by my house that he'll just be sitting there drinking those tiny bottles of Fireball
Yep.
the
I do it
entire
all the
day.
time.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
he'll just be sitting the entire day just chilling. Like sometimes we'll be hanging out outside, sometimes we'll be inside, sometimes we'll be behind the counter giving out lottery tickets. Like he's always drinking the tiny bottles of Fireball.
Oh, but this
He's doing.
this fucking guy, this Italian dude, had a colostomy bag. You reminded the reason I brought this up was because of the colostomy bag. And I remember he got this colostomy bag, and he literally would like rub like where it like went into him, and he'd be like, "Do you want to smell it?" And I'm like, "No, get the fuck away from me." And he would,
Fuck.
he would just do shit like that, and then be like, "All right, I gotta go shoot somebody now," and like hobble out of there.
Dude, that's freak moves. Dude, I love hanging out with like when I like worked at Kroger, I loved hanging out with just fucking homeless people after my shift for like 10-15 minutes and just having that conversation with them.
What you do with the 10 community behind it?
Wait, what was it? I couldn't hear you. What would you say?
Oh, you couldn't hear me. Oh, I was
No, I was
Which one
talking to
couldn't hear?
John. Sorry.
oh, my bad.
I said I wouldn't hang out with homeless people just because the 10 community behind the Planet Fitness by my house has left such a sour taste in my mouth. Because they just try to sell you shit. They like come up to your car. They're like, "I got these keratin vitamins that are good for your hair," and I'm like, "I don't want that."
Wait,
They're
have
like,
you-
"Come on, it's only like $30." I'm like, "You can't sell me random vitamins. I'm not gonna do that." Like,
have
and
you
they don't
seen
even have
Snatch?
cool shit. Like, if you sold me like a power drill or something, I'd buy it. Like,
Oh yeah,
it was just like
absolutely.
it's just random like vitamins and shit they stole. I'm like, this is whack.
I have a $35 gift card to Macy's.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
I'm
selling.
like,
they're
no
selling
way.
shit like an IG influencer promotes.
Yeah,
They live in a
exactly.
tent. Like,
Yeah, I'm not buying the viral tweet dildo from like a random guy.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Wait, have you seen Snatch, John?
No.
Ah, shit. Fuck.
What is it, a movie?
Yeah,
Look it up.
it's a Guy Ritchie movie, but like in the movie, like Brad Pitt is like a gypsy, and so it's
Oh,
like
that's awesome.
it's all these guys who like live in like basically a tent city. Because
Oh, it's got Benicio del Toro in it. I want to watch it.
dude, it's awesome. It's such a good movie. I have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I can't borrow it to you because you live far away, but
Yeah, I know. I understand. I can torrent that bitch.
yeah, dude.
Bro, have you ever heard the gypsies throw babies at people?
Yeah,
Wait,
Fucking
Yeah.
awesome,
wait.
dude.
it's so
Wait.
it's so well. It's someone else that they have to raise anyway.
Yeah, they just throw the baby at you and make you catch it.
Yeah.
Like, that rocks.
With the intention of you giving it back or no?
No.
That's
Yeah.
no.
They don't care if you do or you don't. Once you have the baby in your hands, they're gonna rob you. They don't care if you
Yep. Dude.
Oh, okay.
baby. If you're in some caravan that travels Europe, they don't care about their babies and shit.
Not at all.
Yeah,
That's true.
they don't give a fuck. They probably would prefer you get like the person doesn't even catch you and you die. Like they wouldn't care.
Yeah, dude. I went to Rome I went to Italy with my mom for my uncle's wedding when I was in first grade, and I remember we were at Rome, and the Lizzie McGuire movie had just come out, so we wanted to like go to the Trevi Fountain and check it out. And while we were like walking to the Trevi Fountain, some like security guys like, just so you know, there are gypsies in the area and they will steal your child. So my
Well, yeah, they don't give a fuck about anything.
no, so my mom straight up like was like, all right, I'm gonna hold you. We're gonna run through, and I'm gonna take pictures of the Trevi Fountain as we run through this crowd. I'm in first grade.
That's like how at the fucking Bean in Chicago, some homeless dude tried to sell me a bracelet for $50. He's just like, what? He was like, okay, 10. I was like, no.
Gypsy culture rules, and I know it's racist to call them gypsies or whatever, but that's kind of what they are.
Yeah.
I think if they're
Well,
stealing
I mean-
babies, you can call them whatever you want.
They're like, but what was I gonna say? Fuck. No, I lost my train of thought.
Shit.
Oh shit! I was trying to talk about random homeless people selling you their fucking wares.
Like
I like when they bargain with you. I like when they bargain with you on what you can give them.
Yeah.
Like this lady wanted me to buy. She wanted money for like food at Dollar Tree. So I was like, "Hey, how about we just go in Dollar Tree together? We'll buy the food together." She said, "Oh no, I need to go to another Dollar Tree." And she's like, "Can you just give me like $40?" And I was like, "No." She said, "Can you give me like 20?" I'm like, "No, this isn't like an auction or something. I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna give you 40. I'm not gonna give you 20 either. I'm not giving you anything. Go away."
Right.
So
You're already
will buy-
proving you're buying crack with the money. I like try to be nice, and you're.
yeah.
Yeah,
See, if I
that's
have
what
the extra money, I'll just give him the heroin money. I don't care.
Yeah.
But if I
no,
don't
I
have
mean,
the
it
extra
doesn't
money,
matter to me. I
Right.
like if I don't have it, I'm not gonna like, you know what I mean, do that.
No,
no,
totally.
absolutely. If it was like a week where I'm
I-
struggling, but I have the money to buy like a fucking McDonald's meal for somebody, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd
if
rather
if
just.
I'm
I'll give money to like my friends online before I would give it to like
Facts.
right.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love
random
giving my
card.
friends online money. I love when my friends online are like, "Hey, can I borrow $50?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you." And then I give them $50, and then they pay me back like 2 weeks later. And I'm like, "Oh shit, I just got $50. I didn't even know I needed."
Yeah, I always just assume you're gonna like, even if you don't pay me back, at some point you'll be like Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison, and there'll be like a situation where I need you to be a sniper.
Yes,
You know what I
literally.
mean?
Yeah.
Like they'll save me. Yeah.
Like Willem Dafoe and John Wick.
Yeah.
Where someone's like, "I need you to kill this guy," and he just helps me instead. Yeah.
Dude, not to go right back to Sopranos, but not William Dafoe. That's Steve Buscemi. What am I fucking retarded? They're not even the same person. Wow, I'm so drunk.
No, you're good, dude. I'm drinking tonight, so
Nice.
yeah, I don't do that often anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to quit. But Steve
Um,
Buscemi in The Sopranos. Let's not get off track.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say his character, Anthony Lombardo or whatever, is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like he's like, I'm on the straight and narrow, and like the first thing goes wrong, and he's like, I'll kill somebody, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, he is. It takes almost no coercion for him to break.
Isn't that like the Korean like dog store, or not the dog store, but the Korean like nail salon or whatever episode?
Yeah,
Where he
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
owns it. And he's
yeah, that's really funny.
yeah. I love that Tony comes in and he's like, "Oh, pet store next door. That's perfect for lunch." And then Chris comes in.
He's like, pet store next door, perfect for lunch.
Yeah. Like not even 5 minutes apart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just like how Vito is like, instead of like loving my boyfriends and doing a construction job, I'm gonna go back and get murdered. I would rather
Yeah.
be murdered than do construction work.
Yeah, he had to work for like a day.
He's like, I guess I'll face the music.
Do you ever feel that way, John?
No, I love when I'm like pouring sweat and I check. I'm on the construction site and I check my phone and it's like I clocked in at 7 and it's like 7:02 and I'm like ah.
Because you do electricity, right?
Yeah. That's my thing.
Dude, that
But,
picture of you on the top of the ladder, that's like technically not a step, made me laugh so fucking hard. And then the
Yeah, I
guy
do this shit all the
commenting being
time.
like, "That's not a step."
Fuck off. Yes, it is.
Yeah, as an OSHA employee, as an OSHA employee on Twitter at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not care. I will be fine.
Yeah.
If I fell off a ladder, that would like really suck fucking dick because it's gonna hurt so bad if you fall down off that thing. But like, it's never happened. One time though, this guy, he was like using a scissor lift, and he backed up into my ladder and broke it. And I just jumped off and landed on my feet, but he like crushed my ladder.
That's
I was like,
fucking
okay.
insane.
It was trash. I was like, you're a fucking idiot.
That's like my dad. Go ahead.
Before I joined the union, I worked for this company that would like pretty much hire like any felon.
Yeah.
And so that's when you get in situations like that where it's like a fucking retard just like crashes into your ladder or something. I'm like, oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work with a bunch of retards too.
Yeah, I love that.
Dude, you never don't work with a bunch of retards. There's never a time in your life where you don't work with just a crew of
A
fucking
competent
retarded.
group of people.
yeah.
No, maybe if you're like a journalist or something, you work with a lot of like level-headed, cool people.
No, those people suck. Those people are garbage.
Cave being almost silent and then coming in
And then that was heat, Cave. Thank you so much. Yeah, that rocks. Yeah,
Just hanging
journalists
out
are the most
working.
level-headed
Journalists
people.
should have their skulls fucking measured and shit. Like, they're not even human.
Dude, that fucking
Dude.
retarded ass Asian bitch who like quote tweeted the cookbook being like, why is a white
Dude,
woman making Asian
She's
food?
quadrupling down on it today, dude. She's still going.
Yeah,
about it.
today she's like, oh, I can't believe you guys are mad over a shit post. It's like, yeah, this is not a shit post. This is a retarded take, and you're a dumb bitch.
Why do people pretend they're shit posting when they get their fucking shit pushed in?
Because that's the only
They're
way to
always-
like
it was-
pretend to
It was
save
a
it.
troll.
It's like, no, guys, I'm a
Yeah.
shit poster. That's why this was retarded, because I'm a retarded shit poster. I'm like,
Well, it's
yeah,
like-
guys.
Anna
like you
Kotchian
ever-
does that a lot. She's like, I was joking. I'm like, shut up, bitch. You weren't joking. That was serious as
Yeah.
hell.
Well,
You're a
like,
liar.
anybody
It's
who
like
makes
y-
takes like that, like anybody who makes takes online, I don't care. Because here's the thing: I can tell when like Amy Therese or like Class Redux Penis is like being satirical, but I
Yeah.
genuinely like also am like, you post takes all the time, so even your satirical takes look retarded and make you look like a fool.
Yeah, it's hard to parse when you're being really retarded or when you're like trying to trick me. Like, I just
Yeah.
assume it's the same thing
Yeah.
after a while.
It's
yeah.
a Peter
The
and
best
the
thing
Wolf
is-
situation. It's like I thought you were kidding and then you weren't too many
Yeah.
times. So now I'm just going to assume you're serious all the time.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
They'll say something on par with how stupid they are, and then be like, "Took the bait," and it's like, no,
Yeah,
this is just like what you do. This is just
Yeah,
like
this is, I have to assume it's what you actually believe.
Yeah.
maybe you weren't such a fucking idiot all the time. Everybody wouldn't call you a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's
Facts,
you know
dude.
those people get horny all fucking being made fun of though. Anyone
Oh, yeah.
anyone where it happens to them every day likes it. It's there's no two ways about it. Because
Oh.
If
if I got made fun of for like even like a week, I would just log off. Like there's no way I would be like, oh well, everyone
Dude.
hates me.
Yeah.
I
would
know
never
people.
be
I
happy.
know people like CRK do like all the attention, because otherwise that fool would not have tweeted when he got the shot. Like he like had like 2 or 3 paragraphs where he's like, well, guess what, guys? I got the jab, or I was gonna lose my job, and I don't want to hear any of you in the replies. Like,
No, bitch, you were
told
on
you
here
this
acting
was
like
gonna
getting,
happen. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
you were on here acting like getting the vaccine is like worse than like eating a bunch of cum, and now you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, but I got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool. Yeah, man. No, you love the attention you're getting on all of this.
Dude, Roy fucking called it when he was like, everybody telling you not to get it has already gotten it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely,
All those
Another
right wing guys that were going after Clay, I bet you like maybe 5 out of 10 of them have gotten it, if
Oh, yeah.
not more. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah.
if we're just going off the national average, I'd assume most of them have gotten it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
what's funny is I bet CRK got it to keep his job that his dad got him on Wall Street. He was in fucking Brooklyn.
Right,
I know
well,
he's
yeah,
not
'cause
making
he's
enough money
Asian.
off the Fed post.
He's not
Yeah,
actually
making enough money off
black.
the
Yeah.
Fed post.
Yeah.
In
I
Brooklyn.
thought he
So he
owned
has some
a
job.
gym or something.
You know what's I don't want to call Cave out. I'm going to, but I don't want. Cave, I defend you so hard anytime somebody asks me about vaccines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get brought up in that conversation.
Yeah, I defend your ass so hard. Because
I've never heard his
you.
reason, but doesn't he have a genuine reason?
Yes,
Isn't
he
there,
has
like,
a
good
genuine reason where he
That's what I
hasn't
thought.
gotten sick yet, and he doesn't want to get sick, so he doesn't want to get the jab. And he,
Well, I have a reason that I'm just nervous about getting it with.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm not out there telling people not to get it. Like I'm
Right.
not some
You're
fucking
making a
fag about
personal
it.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if like none of my coworkers except me have gotten it, but like they're not like they weren't telling me not to get it. I don't care if you don't get it. Like it doesn't.
No.
Literally,
if
yes.
people want to get it, I want them to like go get it. But it's like just
Don't
like,
tell
don't-
me
Now in
what
New
to
York-
do.
yeah. Like,
But now in New York, you can't. I went to a restaurant like on Sunday. They made me like right when I got in the door. They made me show them the fucking card.
Dude, I
And
should
I
make
knew
those
that shit
fucking
was
shirts.
coming. I
I-
knew that shit was coming, so I was like, I might as well
Yeah.
get it, so I don't have to like deal with this.
For real.
But
Dude,
The
John,
reason I got it is 'cause
coercion's,
I'm a
like,
fucking
crazy.
fat ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that is literally the reason I was like, oh yeah, I'm fat as shit. I need
I
to
g-
get this fucking vaccine.
I got it so I could visit my grandma because she lives in a
Yeah.
fucking home, and the only way to visit her is to have a
Mm.
vaccine.
oh yeah.
yeah, I guess
Otherwise,
they
it'd be
could
like-
die like so easily from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, the thing
Yeah.
is too is it's like I was gonna make shirts right away, like when it all started like rolling out. I was gonna make shirts where it was like the Jewish star, like the Star of David, and instead of like Hebrew inscription, it would just be like in like Hebrew type characters, say vaccinated. And I didn't do it, and now I feel like I need to.
Doing the ISIS font Red Scare shirt, but for COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
Star
Oh,
of
that'd be
David.
awesome. It'd be so. Weren't we talking about that in a Discord call one night?
We've talked about it on the show. We've talked
Maybe on
about
the
it
show.
like privately.
yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
do
Something
it.
definitely
Clay's
different, though.
passionate about. Yeah, it's something you're
Yeah.
passionate
Yeah,
about.
I care about the Hebrew community.
Just wait until like more states have done mandates and then just roll it out. So like a bunch of people are like, oh yeah, now's the time
Yeah.
Do you
to get this shit.
do you think more states are gonna make you fucking show that shit everywhere?
It
So-
depends. I think like
states with big cities.
winter's gonna be like the big tell for like the cities, but I think small towns are gonna be pretty much unaffected by
Yeah,
this.
small
Yeah,
towns
I-
don't care enough, but like bigger cities are going to.
Yeah.
Fucking Philly, I bought tickets to a concert for my birthday next month. Like I bought them a while ago.
What
And now-
concert? Just curious.
I'm seeing Yola Tango.
Hell fucking yes.
Yeah, but they just sent out emails saying everyone at the show has to wear a mask.
That's
Which, like-
so gay.
Fucking, I've never been to a concert where I have to wear a mask. That sounds retarded.
I'm
Yeah,
going to.
is it a seated concert or is it like all standing? Because if it's standing,
We're all
with masks,
standing
it's
up
way
and
too
walking
fucking-
around and shit.
Yeah,
It's way too hot.
Yeah, that sucks.
for sure.
Yeah, why would people even go?
I'm going to see Cat Williams in Chicago in November.
Oh yeah.
I know that there's not going to be anybody wearing a mask at the Cat Williams show.
I'm gonna
Dude.
wear one as soon as I get to that show. Like, you can't
No.
make me wear a mask at a show. It makes me wear one at the gym. Like, fuck off.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm going to a country music festival this weekend coming up, Friday and
nice.
Saturday. Yeah, so no mask there. There's no fucking way.
Absolutely. Dude,
No.
I hope I don't have to wear a mask at Stav's show, to be completely honest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, shit, because he might be like, oh, that guy looks like me.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I show my beautiful face so he can see like, oh, this is a retarded Italian version of me.
And he'll be like, wait, is that my friend Nick Mullen, but he's fat? Did my friend Nick Mullen put on weight and come to my show?
Well,
I try
everybody
to
knows that- Go ahead.
I tried to give Stav weed and he wouldn't let me. He's like, I'm sober now. I was like, okay.
Fuck no, he is not.
He probably
Wait.
just doesn't trust it from.
This was like 3 years
Do you know
ago.
him?
Oh,
Oh,
years.
3
Okay.
years ago? Yeah. Okay.
He was
Just
like,
like,
I'm not doing any drugs or alcohol. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was
I
just saying
get
because
that.
I'm about to bring him weed as well.
Yeah, you should. Why not?
Well, everybody
bring-
knows that every Twitter follower with over 1,000 followers goal is to get brought up on stage at a Cometown show.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, everybody on Twitter wants to be on Cometown.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
I haven't listened in a long time, but I'm sure it's still really funny.
It is good. I haven't listened since June,
Hmm.
but it's still pretty
Yeah.
solid. I mean, like they've definitely like lollygagged. I think like they fucked around a lot and been lazy.
Someone told
but-
me Nick doesn't care anymore and tries to make it bad on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's even
Which is
funnier
funny.
when he does that.
That's funny. Yeah, if he's like,
Yeah.
just chewing food and and being a dick, like that's funny.
Yeah, it's fucking
Wait.
hilarious when he's just like, "Who cares what these people think?"
Yeah.
I posted a rant he did where he was like, "It's not that I'm not thankful to the fans. He's like, I'm going to give it the same effort I want to give everything, which is no effort. I hate the fact that I have to do anything whatsoever."
Yeah.
And like that, I understand and relate to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to get paid a lot to do nothing. That's why I'm in a union.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
don't
why it's
want
fucked up that people don't like unions.
Yeah, no, I there's a lot of people that when Amy was doing the anti-union shit, there's a lot of faggots I saw like throwing their weight behind it and being like, "Yeah, I agree." I was like, "I will never like you again in your life. You're a faggot. Like you're
That's so
stupid."
retarded, dude. I
You
can't even.
should
I can't
all-
even imagine just selling my entire soul for some weird like Australian bitch to like
Yeah,
my tweet.
no, unions rock. Especially if you're just bullshitting them like in The Sopranos or something and doing nothing. Like
Yeah,
that's
dude,
awesome. That's,
I got
Oh yeah, unions is the best thing that America has done. Is
Dude,
unions.
yeah,
That is like
yeah.
the best thing we have done. Like genuinely
the
is
Steven
literally, yes.
Crowder video where he's at a fucking union rally and like fucking fighting against unions, and all those fucking guys beat the shit out of him.
yeah, they were electricians. They whipped his ass. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
they're
Is that
all,
why
like,
his like
big
lungs are
dudes.
fucked up now?
yeah. It's
Well, no,
He
he gave
won't
birth.
ever
He's like a he's like a seahorse. He gave birth to 2 babies.
Yeah, he won't ever harass construction workers again. Now he like
Yeah.
now instead he like dresses like a girl and goes to Planet Fitness and like is like I'm trans.
Please don't hit me.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
fucking
he's trying to start fights with non-binary people after he got his ass kicked by a fucking working class liberal.
yeah, dude. The fucking I got sick last week. I'm still like recovering from being like sick. I had to go get a COVID test and everything, and like fucking I didn't get paid for any of the days that I was sick. And like as soon as I was like COVID negative, my job was like, "Oh, so you can come back," even though like I had like a fever and like was still sick. And like, dude, that would like not happen if I was like like doing a real job, a part of a union and stuff.
I was in a union at the grocery store, and like I should have been fired like 5 times, and then like my union rep would walk in and be like, this, and then I would be back on the job at the end of the day.
Yeah, there was a lady when I was at the grocery store. We were in a union. There was this old lady that was like this old Italian lady in her 70s. She asked these customers that were Muslim why they're wearing that stupid shit on their head. And they tried to fire her. They tried to fire her for that. They couldn't. They were like, no, she's allowed to call Muslim customers towel heads. You can't fire her.
I worked
If
with
you
a guy
had a
like
job
that.
in America, she'd have been screwed. Like, there's no way you could just call someone a towel head. Like, that's not allowed, but she did.
Slurs are
Literally.
not covered underneath what a person can do at work. This is
That's
freedom
like
of
a-
speech.
I worked with a guy like that. I worked with a guy like that. He wouldn't serve Muslims at the grocery store. He wouldn't like check them out or anything to the service desk. So he wouldn't like do any like of their like money orders and shit. And he would like have to call me up when I was a supervisor and be like, I'm not gonna help them.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I would always try to like do something about it because it was so fucking annoying that I had to stop what I was doing because he was racist. Right? Like, it
He's
was
not
so fucking annoying.
racist, Chris. Muslim isn't a
No,
race.
he did. He wouldn't.
Retard.
No, he would do it with. He would do
Yeah,
it with
he's
black. He would do it with black people and gay people as well.
Oh, well, that's not a racist either. That's homophobic.
That's just classist. Poor
'Cause all
people.
black
There's-
people are gay.
My roommate is a manager at Walgreens, right? And there's this racist old lady they work with that if a black person comes up, she'll like hold their money up to the sunlight to see if it's real and shit. Like, she's like it could be like a $5 bill. She like doesn't trust them in any way, or like
I do that to all the white people to show that I'm anti-racist.
No, I'd always check a black person's money because I'd be like, I'm protecting you. Because if it's fake, call the cops. And after last year, who fucking knows what happens after that?
Kill you. Yeah, I have to save you.
I just pretend all the money's real, and then that way I could never be the reason that the whole state is on fire.
Like, oh yes, orange monopoly money. That is good for one Fanta.
That's legal. That's legal
Thank you.
tender.
Literally,
you have a nice day, sir.
I took.
See you tomorrow, bud.
I took $100 bill that said for movie use only, and they're like, how did you not notice this?" And I was like, I don't know, but I completely fucking knew exactly what was happening. I just wasn't gonna fight with this guy over his fake $100 bill.
Yeah.
I was just like, what are they? Because nothing can happen. Because once again, I was in the fucking union, so they were just like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, my whole thing is, it's like I don't get paid enough to care.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I don't get paid enough to like watch a guy get shot to death in my store.
Or even just like the arguing, he's like, it's real. I'm like, it says for movie use. Please leave.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to have that awkward conversation with a customer that's like bullshit. Like it's just stop.
Dude,
what
fucking,
about no, wait, hang on. What about a guy that takes a bunch of those chocolate gold coins in the register as like payment for something, and then the manager comes out and is like, "Hey, how did you not notice these are chocolate coins?"
These are chocolate
like,
coins.
The guy's like, "Oh, I guess I'll take these to the back and get rid of them. I'll go dispose of these. It was my bad. I had no idea."
Dude,
you free lunch.
Today some guy came in and he handed me a $50 bill over the counter, and I just put it in my pocket because he didn't tell me what he wanted. And he watched me put it in my pocket. He goes, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What? You didn't what?" And he's like, "That's for my gas." And I'm like, "Well, you didn't say that. I thought it was mine." And this guy's like, "No, I want you to put $50 on pump one." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Dude, you quit that job and just were like, "Fuck it, I'll get my ass beat here. I don't care."
Nah, straight up, some fucking like old ass lady like was trying to like pre-pump before paying, and at my job we're such a small store that like we don't do pre-approvals. We're just like, all right, you prepay because it's easy to prepay at the pump. It's also easy to come in and pay. And this lady's like standing out there, and I swear to fucking God, it was 10 minutes where I'm hearing the beeping from the fucking register, where it's like, please, okay, this person, please, okay, this person, please, okay, for 10 minutes, and this lady comes in and she's like, "Hey, do I have to prepay?" And there's like a huge sign on all these pumps that are like, "No pre-approvals, prepay only." And I was like, "Yeah." And this lady's like, "Well, can I pay at the pump?" And I'm like, "There's a fucking slot for the card. Yeah, you can."
Yeah,
no shit, stupid. Why would it be there?
You dumb fucking bitch. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she leaves, and like literally like 10 minutes of my life was like wasted listening to this thing because this bitch can't read.
Right. Well, dude, when I worked at fucking Kroger, they tried to do this thing where they were like, "Will you help us with a stop for somebody trying to steal?" I'd always be like, "Fuck off. I am not doing that. I'm not a security guard. I don't give a shit.
For real.
Somebody's stealing stuff." But one time my manager was like, "I need you over here right now," and didn't tell me what was going on, and then stuck me in front of the door. And no shit, a 6'5" black dude and his wife are trying to like walk out with a full shopping cart. The wife takes the fuck off towards the other side of the store, runs away, and it's just me and the big ass black dude because the fucking security guard took off after him. I was like, "You can walk right past me." I was like, "I do not give a shit. Like, I'm not about to fight you over this cart of groceries." And he just like walked out and left his wife.
When I first started working in the grocery store, my manager Sharon was like, it was right by this neighborhood where all these black kids sold heroin. And so they had money, but they came in one night right before the store closed and they all bought a bunch of shrimp. And they actually paid for it. But she like demanded I stand by the exit in case like 20 black people like want to steal shrimp. And I was like, there's no way anyone could stop that many people. But I guess she just thought I would be brave and like, I don't know, yell at them or something. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
That's how
if they steal all your shrimp, that's fine with me.
that's how I felt when so at the gas station we have like cold sandwiches you can fucking microwave and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's also like a safe home next to not a safe home. I don't know how to explain it, but it's where like all the retards go.
Mhm.
And this fucking retarded guy comes in and he takes a sandwich and his caretaker like buys him a pop or whatever. And then they start walking out and the retarded guy has a sandwich and I'm just like, I'm not gonna fight a retarded guy. Like the last thing I'm gonna do is fight a guy who, if he gets angry, turns into the Hulk.
Yeah, he would probably whip your ass.
Dude, he would kick. He's 5'3", but like his arms are super long, so he's got like a longer reach than me. If we tried to slap box in the bathroom, he'd fucking knock my shit out.
My brother that's retarded fought the one that's not. And the one that's not took a 2x4 and hit my brother in the back of the head, and the 2x4 broke on my brother's head. And he just whipped his fucking ass. He didn't like flinch or fall down. He just beat the fuck out of him. It was sad.
Dude,
That's
I want to
awesome.
have. When I'm older, I want to have a Gran Torino style moment with retarded people next door.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to be like, it's just like a bunch of Down syndrome people playing with fucking a soccer ball, and I'm like, get the fuck off my lawn.
Oh, that's the.
I
That's
was
like
like
the
one of them
moment
try
you
to
want to
s-
have with those kids. You don't want to. You don't want to
Trying
like.
to steal my car.
I watched that movie I watched that movie with my ex. I didn't see it in high school, and I was like laughing. I hadn't seen it in maybe like 10 years. I was like laughing so hard I thought I was gonna pee. Like I was like, this is so fucking good. This is the best movie.
At one point, he backs down a group of black like teens with a finger.
Yeah, he
gun.
beats them up and pulls
Yeah.
a gun out and shit. It's awesome.
Dude, Clint
He's
Eastwood
doing that
fucking
in the new
rocks.
movie. He's like fighting that. He's like fighting Mexicans in the new movie. It doesn't.
Wait,
he's
he's got a new
91
movie?
years old. Yeah, it's called Cry Macho. He's the plot is like his like neighbor that's a friend like wants him to like go to Mexico and retrieve his son that's missing. And it's like
Oh?
a Mexican kid speaking like broken English the whole movie. Like, and the neighbor is like completely Americanized, but like
But
for
the
some reason the
child
neighbor's
isn't?
kid, the child is just like he just talks in like the most stereotypical way. And there's like cockfighting in the trailer. It's like he's in Mexico. They're bandits and shit. It is so wild. It's like the dumbest shit. I can't wait to see it.
Well, have you seen like Richard Jewell?
No.
Dude, okay, Joe told me to watch this like a week or two ago. Watch
Yeah.
Richard Jewell if you can like torrent it or whatever. Like,
Is it a Clint Eastwood movie?
yeah. Well, Clint Eastwood directed it,
Mhm.
and it's got the fucking one guy. I don't remember what the fuck else he was in. I think he was in like a couple like spy movie, like maybe like a Mission Impossible. But he was also in like a Jojo Rabbit. I don't remember what the fuck his name is, but there's like a couple like fucking Kathy Bates is in it and shit. Like it's such a fucking good movie, but it is so against the media and the FBI. Like it is so surprising that it's a Clint Eastwood movie.
Mhm.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
no,
though.
he rocks. He's like probably my favorite American. All his old movies are awesome.
What's your favorite Clint Eastwood movie?
Let's think. What's the one where he's got the monkey? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god.
What's it called? He has the monkey the whole movie.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
I know
That one
exactly
rocks.
which one you're talking about. I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
No,
Let me
so do
pull
I.
up some fucking.
It's Every Which Way But Loose.
Is it?
Yeah.
Clint
Where he's
Eastwood
got-
monkey movie.
Yeah. Every Which Way But Loose, there's him with a monkey.
Yeah, any which way you can.
Which way-
What's
Oh, there's two of them, I guess.
Weird.
let's look at all of them on Wikipedia right now.
Because I would have
There's
to say my
another-
favorite is A Few Dollars More.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. There's a stupid one I really like. Is it Sudden Impact?
Maybe.
No. It's the one that's meta. It's like they're like filming a movie and someone gets murdered during it. What's that one called?
God damn it.
I like that we don't know the names of any of his movies. That's awesome.
Hold on. Fun fact about the monkey from the movie. So he was caught on set stealing donuts, and they brought him back to the training facility, where the training facility beat him to death.
Are you serious?
Seriously.
Oh, nah.
That's
There's
fucking
an LA
crazy.
Times article about it.
Oh, yeah, it is sudden
Eastwood.
impact. It is sudden
Hold on.
impact.
Yeah, sudden impact. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think because she's killed by like the Secret Service or whatever.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Wait,
There's like a fake rock star in the movie, and he does heroin.
What's
Can
the
we-
movie where Clint Eastwood is like a radio host?
I don't know.
There's like one where he's a radio host
I-
and like a lady like stalks him
Yeah.
and loves his voice.
It's
love
called
that
The
one.
Deadpool. The one I'm thinking of is called The Deadpool.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
It's
Clifton,
a
I know what movie
drug-addicted
you're
rock
talking
star.
Cam,
I
do you
think
know
the
what movie I'm
drug
talking
addicted-
about?
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I can't remember what it's called, but I went to school for radio and we talked about this movie and I don't remember what it's called.
I just want to touch back to the monkey quickly.
Yo, he glossed over this dead monkey.
Yeah, I gotta pee real quick
Yes.
too.
I think it's important to know that the monkey was beaten for 20 minutes with a 3.5-foot axe handle and died of a cerebral hemorrhage.
Yeah,
I like the only thing that corroborates this is from like a forum from like 2004.
No, this is LA Times. This is like
Times article.
Yeah. This is like for real. The monkey got fucked up
For stealing a donut.
right after.
They had Sharia law in Hollywood at the time.
It says, "Is Clyde the monkey still alive?" And we get our answer. Then the question after it is, "How did Clint Eastwood get along with the orangutan?"
Did you like it?
Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to read this fucking. I don't want to allow ads. God, fucking.
LA
damn.
Times. This LA Times article about the monkey dying.
Yeah.
Yes.
It wants
Like
me
a
to
greater
fucking...
article about abuse for animals in movies at the time, but like at a certain point is like the like quote that I got it from.
I wonder how many animals have died from just not being good at acting.
Of course, it's a monkey and it's gonna steal shit. Like it doesn't have a sense of right and wrong. You fucking idiot.
The monkey doesn't understand like that they're gonna get a set break, in 5 minutes, and it's like, well, I'm gonna cram as many donuts as I can in.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't really grasp time. I don't see it as linear. I see it as a circle.
Imagine being a
And then
monkey
they
and being
fucking
like,
eat him to death.
line,
It was
line.
killed. They
Why are
killed
they
that
considering
monkey.
it stealing?
They killed the monkey in that movie. That is awful. I'm so upset.
It's so sad, but like
Really
also,
fucking funny.
why was he accused of stealing a donut on the set of a movie?
You know what's
Who
crazy too,
cares?
though, is the monkey in Raiders of the Lost Ark was also murdered on set.
No way.
Yeah, the dates were actually poisoned in that movie.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones whipped him, and then they put him on a little cross and lit it on fire.
Have you guys seen
Don't-
Raiders?
Yeah, I am.
It's one of my favorite movies.
A very long time ago.
Yeah.
I love
Don't
that
all
movie.
these movies have a budget of like $1 billion? Like even the stupid ones.
Yeah,
Like, why would that even matter?
it's so
That's what I'm
funny
saying.
too.
Why does
that,
the
like,
donut matter?
What's so funny too is it's like $1 billion is how much money in today's money based off of like inflation. Because some of the movies that we love today, where animals were just murdered for no reason, were like
Yeah.
made when we were still on the gold standard.
Yeah.
Well, another thing is, it's like if I caught a monkey stealing and I felt the need to have hit it, why more than once?
Yeah, that's psychotic.
Why for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
The first time you hit a monkey with a stick upside the head, I assume he learns.
This is the
something.
problem with Jane Goodall, actually, is Jane Goodall trained Coco. And
Yeah.
Coco hung out with Flea. And before all that, we thought monkeys might be retarded, but finding out that monkeys can think for their own, we realized that they're just like people, except they have opposable toes, and we need to murder them for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat their ass.
Yeah.
When you start taking their crimes more seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like people where they can understand laws and rules.
Yeah.
I appreciate that he gets to drink beer in the movie, even though they killed him.
I honestly, what maybe would be a smart thing to do is maybe incorporate more monkeys into society, like doing tasks for us and things like that, and we can redirect this like rooted systemic passed down racism onto monkeys. No one's gonna care if you drive past a tree and there's a monkey hanging out of it.
Right.
I would love to see the discourse.
Maybe we should let monkeys drive for DoorDash.
I was about to say, I would love to see the discourse around us using monkeys as slaves.
Yeah, for the gig economy, we have monkeys.
Costco got in huge trouble because of that the coconut milk from like Thailand because they were just using monkeys at the packaging facility.
Oh my god, that's I forgot all about that Costco stuff.
Yeah, they got in like huge trouble for that, I guess. And then it happened like a second time.
Mm-hmm.
Like apparently they ended up getting another brand of coconut milk and that one also used monkeys. Like
how many competent monkeys are there that can package coconut milk?
A ton. If you put 1,000 in a room with a typewriter.
Yeah,
they can write an episode of Seinfeld.
Dude, that's how Modern Family happened.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, we would assume most monkeys know about what happened to the orangutan in the Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah. And if you just kind of stand there with a 3.5-foot axe handle, they probably get the gist of, hey, we're going to package this coconut milk.
You think a person could come up with the word bazinga?
That's a good point. Big Bang Theory was written by orangutans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, of course, I don't know if they could make an asexual character like Sheldon.
Sheldon's not asexual. He's He's autistic. He's retarded.
He gets a girlfriend in the show.
I thought he's gay.
In real life,
the actor's gay.
Yeah. So he doesn't even get pussy in the show.
I thought he was gay in the show too.
No, he's gay in real life, but he is also racist, I think. Because in Hidden Numbers, he's like, whoa, a black girl can't do math.
Well, no, in the show it's really funny because he like sets a contract up that he'll have sex with his girlfriend twice a year.
Yeah.
And he like follows it strictly because he's autistic.
Right.
Yeah, but no, because like, he's working
like, quite a night.
He's working on big experiments. He's trying to.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah. Well, he's.
If I were a doctor, I would only have sex with a woman. Never. I'd be gay.
If I was a doctor, I think I would just have sex with my patients.
We should have more jobs like priests where you can't have sex ever.
We honestly,
Just ruin your life for this thankless job. You're a butcher at the grocery store and you're not allowed to fuck.
then we have so much cum in all of our fucking meats.
They would jerk off all over your food all the time.
Just swinging the cleaver too hard, cutting fucking chops up.
Because God knows that not all of those altar boys are fresh. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, how far are we away from Jeff Bezos not letting Amazon workers have sex?
You could be like they're having sex with water bottles in the warehouse.
If they let me, I know we say like living in the cube is like in the feudalism shit, like this sucks, but like seriously, like my dream is to just be the maintenance man in some apartment complex that lets me live there for free.
Honestly, that would rock.
That's so swag. I would do that like instantly. Like, you can just hang out.
Yeah,
I have a friend that does that. He's just like on call, but he works like 3 hours a day.
Yeah, no, they don't do shit. Like the average thing you can fix in a house with YouTube, like they. Yeah. You're as long as your wage is more than like 15. If your rent is free, like you're killing it.
Well, that's why I quit my job recently, is because my wage is only $13 an hour.
Yeah,
and I don't have to pay rent, but you know, that's $13.
Yeah. No, they're hosing you. That's fucked up.
Yeah, we should go to that gas station whenever you're not working there anymore and piss everywhere.
Just take a big shit.
No. The people who own it are good people. They're just people who are trying to survive in a capitalistic society. So they're trying to retire young, and by young I mean in their like late 40s.
Yeah.
and like they're just relying on workers who don't have a union or any kind of rights to just take it.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, the one thing that bothers me is the federal raising of the age of the ability to buy tobacco.
I thought you
Because
were going to say the age of something else.
no. Yeah, the age of
this is a
consent is
Lib
fucked up.
podcast.
We should be able to fuck girls as young as 12.
I was going to be
No.
like, hold on, buddy. That's something I would say.
No,
Yeah,
well,
thank
yeah.
you for tuning into the MK Ultra Money podcast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, but like
all
straight
those
up,
all those groypers, because Jinx was making fun of them for like simping for a 17-year-old, and they were all just like, "What is wrong with that? 17 is fine. What's normal? Oh, so what if I'm 28?"
all
Like,
the guys who called John and I pedophiles for existing,
yeah,
who are defending like having sex with children because
yeah,
it's
they
illegal.
all do. Yeah, every one of them.
They all do. It is so retarded. It sucks being the face of the left, dude. It sucks
Yeah,
so
it
hard
sucks that
being
I'm
the
the
face of the
charismatic
left
new
when we're
face of
not
the left,
pedophiles
yeah.
and we're part of the pedophile cabal.
Yeah.
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 Like Felix retweets you one time and suddenly you're a pedophile.
I already was.
yeah. Felix
No,
retweets my little Xan memorial post to XXX and Tayshion, and suddenly I'm a rapist now.
Yeah.
no,
Soy rapist.
Nah, straight up the like fucking what the fuck were we saying? I'm retarded. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You were saying they were raising the age to buy tobacco was fucking over the gas station.
So you can't sell tobacco under the age of 21 now in Minnesota, at
sucks.
least. So they're
That's
fucking
retarded.
over all these
It's Ohio.
small gas stations who can't,
Yeah.
like, they can only hire high school kids who are like 18 and over. Because, like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking work at a gas station my entire life. Like, I'm 23 years old. There's no reason for me to work at a gas station except for like, oh, I got fucking laid off from like my real person job. You know what I mean?
The only reason to work at a gas station for the rest of your life is if you have a felony and a child.
Literally, yeah. So it's like it's just like so for the federal government to be like you can't buy a cigarette unless you're 21 years old and you can't sell a cigarette unless you're 21 years old. You're fucking over so many gas stations. Like
Yeah, it sucks.
how many people put in so much money into the 3 gas stations they own so they can retire once they get enough people who work for them?
Yeah, like you're signing people up for a Ponzi scheme.
No, literally. I mean, like at this point, it's to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every business is a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Like in reality.
At this point,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That is the reality. Because
the point
there
of
are so
all
few
businesses is to never have to
single-owned stores.
work.
There are so like single businesses. Like I own this one business.
Yeah.
Like my family works this business with like maybe 1 or 2 workers that I take care of. That used to be what a small business was.
Right.
My family owns an Italian restaurant in New York, and the only workers are people in our family.
Dude,
That's
Right.
that's a smart thing to do.
That's
having
like
a small
that's ethical.
business, for sure. But now what it's become is it's like, okay, so I have a small business. I gotta find some Indian kid whose
Yeah.
parents, faked some documentation or whatever.
Yeah, I need a 12-year-old Indian.
Yeah. I mean, all those 12-year-olds selling cigarettes, they can't even smoke them.
Yeah.
They still do, because who's paying attention?
Oh yeah, I mean every convenience store that I went to in like my neighborhood sold beer to me when I was like fucking 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one gave a shit. As long as you were from the neighborhood, no one like cared. Like you can tell when somebody like because like the cops are trying to do that bullshit where they come in and buy shit.
I hate
I'm
fucking
a 13-year-old.
Dude. Sting operations are the gayest thing in the world. Although I met one of the hottest women in the world by a sting operation. I think they're fucking gay. I think
I used to flirt with this girl, and that was her job, was to just just trick these stores into selling her cigarettes and then like fuck them over.
Literally same.
And I just wouldn't let her talk to me about it, like, because I was like, yeah, you're scum, like,
yeah.
especially if it's just like a little spot, like just it's a mom and dad and it's some gas station, and you're going in there like, I want cigarettes. I'm 21. And then you're like, psych, I'm 13. Like, why are, that's a fucking,
For
you're
real.
fucked up. You know what I mean?
Hold on, I got a great story about this. When I was in high school,
So do
like,
I. So Chris, when you're done, I'm gonna tell one just for
Okay,
everyone else.
okay. So like when I was in like middle school, the police came to try to recruit people for that. Like I went to a fucking city school where it's like don't fucking talk to the cops. And some kid went up like get the paperwork to do it, and they beat his ass at recess. He got his ass beat on the basketball court for doing it, and then he was like, "I won't do it, I promise."
When I was working at an Italian restaurant, we were selling beer, and this girl that I knew was like 3 years younger than me, like came in. Well, not 3. She was like a year or 2, maybe younger than I was. She comes in and she's like, "Can I get some fries?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Anything else for you?" And she's like, "Can I get a beer?" And I'm like, "Dude, you will go to school with me. Like I know you're a child." And she's like,
you can't trick me.
yeah, and she was like, "You passed." And I was like, "I'm in love with you." And I was
Wow.
I was like a 17.
Yeah.
So like I
Let's go fuck
absolutely
in
was
the
like,
bathroom.
yeah, I was absolutely like, "You get rid of that cop and we can talk, all right?"
Yeah. I'll fuck you in the bathroom.
She's a model now too, which is crazy that she used to be in the arc. But like, yeah, no, fucking, I absolutely fucking hate people who come in because I used to work at a liquor store and there was this kid who came in and he had a fake ID and I knew he had a fake ID, right? And I was like, "Listen, Kevin, I can give you a discount. I know you have a fake ID. I know that you're only like 20 or whatever, right?" So I hooked this guy the fuck up. He got a lot of alcohol for cheaper than it would be on the shelf. But then I also tagged on like $10 that I could take home for myself. Because, that's how it is when you work at an independently owned liquor store. And so he paid like, $45 or whatever. And 10 of it was mine, 35 of it was the store's. And even then, like the store was still making money off of the tax and whatever. He puts all of it in his trunk. He drives away. The police pull him over and they ask for his ID. He gives them their real ID. And they're like, "How did you get these booze?" And he's like, "I don't know. They just sold it to me. They came to my store." And I had to be like, "Listen, dude, he gave me an ID. You can check the cameras, but he gave me an ID that was legitimate. And my job's not to check whether or not they're fake. My job is to check whether or not it has a date on it." And luckily, I got out of a $10,000 fine by being like, "It's not my job to check whether it's real or not." But like this fucking kid that like I was friends with fucked me over so bad. Like it was so
what
fucking
the
retarded.
Yeah, I would kill him.
Dude,
Sopranos.
I'd be like, "Officer, he actually has a bomb in his trunk."
you know
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be getting extorted for $10,000 if that was me.
what? You know what's really funny is so I was a part of a fraternity for John. I was a part of a fraternity in college. Just because like, yeah,
you did gay shit.
Yeah, I really wanted to get fucked in the ass.
Yeah,
They definitely do gay shit, right?
Yes, they do.
I mean,
yes.
kind of, yeah. I never was a part of the
it's
gay.
very gay.
No, Cave, shut the fuck up. I was never a part of the super gay stuff, but I was a part of the gay stuff, like getting fucking drunk and like kissing each other, maybe.
Yeah,
that's gay.
You gotta put a pickle in your butt and walk as far as you can. If it falls out, you gotta bite it and eat it.
Yeah,
It's
like
like,
if the pickle falls out of my butt, somebody has to beer bong like 6 4 Locos and then like lick my butthole where the pickle came out.
Yeah.
It
As
is
a
like that
chaser.
though. It's like, hey, let's play a drinking game. Also, 2 of us have our penises out.
Oh no, I have to molest you. Yeah, that's basically what a frat is, yeah. But no, I was in a frat and we had parties at our house, and I remember one party some kid was like, "Yeah," like I'm in my room because I wasn't like a party guy, I just like drank alone. But there was like a party at our house, and this guy's like in the hallway outside of my door, like, "Yeah, so there's this liquor store that like just sells to anybody as long as you have like a fake ID or whatever. And like my ID is like really bad, but like it's fake." And I came out of my room with like a beer. And I'm like going, like walking towards the bathroom or whatever, and I'm just like, "Oh, dude, that's crazy! Like, what liquor store is this?" And he's like, "Oh, this one." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's crazy! I love that liquor store." And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Can I see your ID?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he hands me his real ID, and I'm like, "No, can I see your fake?" And he like hands me his fake ID, and I like was like, "Oh man, this feels like so real." And I handed him back to him, and I go to the bathroom. And then I like go back to my room and like finish like watching an episode of Seinfeld or whatever. Like a week later, I'm working at this liquor store and this kid shows up. And he walks in the door, doesn't notice who I am. He's like grabbing all of his booze, and he like grabs like a lot. And he like walks up at the counter, he puts it down, he's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's gonna be this much money." And I'm like looking at him, and he looks at me and he meets my gaze, and he's just like, "Oh." I'm like, "Can I see an ID from you?" And he hands me this fake ID. And like, dude, I swear to God, he like lost all the color in his face. He was like about to freak out. And he hands me his ID, and I'm like looking at the ID, and I'm looking at him, and then I'm looking at the ID again, and then I look back at him.
Yeah.
And then I'm like eye contact with him. I'm like bending the ID a little bit. And then I like look back at the
You
ID.
just snap it.
I was real nice about it. I handed it back to him, and I'm like, "That'll be like $29.35." And he's like sweating at this point because he knows he talked to me, and he knows that I know that he like was boasting about like a liquor store that lets you buy whatever as long as you have like a fake ID. And I like I sold to him anyway because like I don't give a shit. Like I really don't care. And this kid's like sweating, and he buys all this alcohol, and then he shows up to a party at my house with all this alcohol later, and he's just like, "Hey man, thanks for letting me buy." And I was like, "Don't worry about it, but also don't fucking boast about it, you fucking queer."
Yeah, don't put me under the microscope.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a $10,000 fine if I get caught.
Yeah, why would you put me in that situation?
For
Please
real.
don't do that. Yeah.
We're kind of coming up here on an hour, John.
No, wait.
No. I'm not gonna end it. I'm not gonna end it.
Okay.
John, I'm wondering,
What's up?
Are you still cool with talking to us? Or are you like still cool with hanging?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go to sleep soon, just because I wake up at 5 a.m. But I'm chilling. Yeah.
Okay, I wake up at 5 a.m., which is 6 a.m. for you, I think. Would you be cool with
what's the time difference from Minnesota?
It's only an hour for you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was just wondering, because it's what, 10 for you right now? 10:02?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
I was just wondering, if I stop the current episode that we have, save it, and then like start another, would you be willing to talk with us for a little while before you were going to bed?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Cool. All right, well, everybody who is listening right now, make sure to follow Felix from Chapo, who we have on
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big get for you guys.
Definitely follow him, but also Clifton, if you end this fucking episode before I can tell my story, I will kill you.
I will let you tell the story.
Let him tell the fucking story.
I'll let you tell the story beforehand, but make sure you follow Felix from Chapo on Twitter. We're gonna finish Cave's story, then we're gonna have the join the Patreon at patreon.com/whowhatpod to hear the rest of us talking to Felix from Chapo, aka John.
Yeah.
Even if he leaves during the middle of it, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figure we're having a good time talking. We might as well talk until you're ready to leave. But yeah, we've hit like over an hour. So, Cave, tell your story, and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
Hey, don't worry. It's really quick. So, the first time that I smoked a cigarette, I was 19 years old, and I didn't really like it at first. But I guess 7 years later, I'm still smoking. So that says something.
Yeah.
That's my story.
That's it.
Nice.
That was a gay story, and you should apologize.
Can I say something funny? Is
Yeah.
I tried smoking cigarettes in college, and I thought they were nasty. So I gave them to this homeless guy on the main strip of where all the restaurants and stores were.
Yeah.
And it was parent weekend in our college. So all these kids' parents were in town visiting, going out to eat with them. And this homeless guy's lived there for like a good 8 years. My friend Rich's parents were like, Yeah, I was gonna give money to this fucking bum, but I saw he had a pack of cigarettes, and I'm like, oh, but you can afford them, so I didn't give him money. So I was like, damn, this guy didn't get like $20 or whatever because I gave him cigarettes. I felt like an asshole.
That
But
sucks.
but I think Rich's dad was like capping. Like, there's no way he was like, oh, well, I was gonna give him $1 million, but he was smoking a Newport, so I didn't. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're gay.
That's
You're a piece of
fucking
shit.
gay. Imagine being like, oh, you're addicted to something that you can't even help being addicted to. I'm not gonna give you money.
How much people should be allowed to fucking smoke cigarettes?
That's
Yeah.
right,
Dude.
baby.
My
They're like
first
sucks
few,
balls. Like,
my first few years of smoking cigarettes, I like was always on the fence about whether I was gonna really commit to smoking or not. So I'd buy packs of cigarettes and then I'd walk around to the gas pumps and I'd just give half the pack to like a random person that wanted.
yeah, because they're kind of nasty.
Yeah, I'd just be like, hey, do you want 10 cigarettes?
Yeah.
I love
Oh.
smoking so much. We'll talk about that in a sec.